Hello, I am Lieutenant Colonel Stephen Sack, Commander of the Division of Criminal Investigation. This is a brief overview of an incident that occurred on Sunday, December 12, 2021. The incident began around 8:20 a.m. and concluded at approximately 11:40 a.m. The St. Louis County Police Department received a call for service to check the welfare of Mr. George Hollins of the 2000 block of Coleridge Drive in the city of Jennings. An associate of Mr. Hollins called 911 stating that Mr. Hollins had made concerning statements prompting the welfare check. When the associate asked Mr. Hollins if someone was hurt, Mr. Hollins responded, "Yes." The associate noted Mr. Hollins sounded upset and angry. When responding officers arrived, they made contact with an adult male at the residence through a window. He was later identified as Mr. George Hollins, age 26. Officers made numerous attempts to speak with Mr. Hollins and made entry into the home. Officers found no signs of injured persons or criminal activity, and they observed Mr. Hollins sitting in a bathroom in possession of a shotgun. Mr. Hollins told the officers to leave the residence. The officers exited his home, but remained outside and attempted to assure Mr. Hollins they wanted to get him any help he needed. Here is body-worn camera video of the officer's initial encounter with Mr. Hollins.
So he said it could be one or two, so it could be this one or 2031 or 2032, so that one, yeah.
671.
Hey! Not a break! What's going on, man? What are you doing? What's wrong? Okay. We'll be right in. Is your door open? Are you hurt? What? Let me see your hands. Put your hands up by the window. Put your other hand by the window.
What's he doing?
Keep an eye on him.
Okay. What's his name, George?
Do you need an ambulance?
You need an ambulance?
What's your name? Hey man, what's your name?
I think you said George. Are you George? Somebody called. They're worried about you. That's why we're here, to help you. Are you George? Are you George?
Are you able to get to the front door?
Hey, George, can you unlock the door and let us in?
What's wrong? You need help?
What's in his hand?
That's great. George, what do you got in your hand, man? Your phone? Okay.
Hey, somebody called and they're worried about you. Can you let us in so we can just check and make sure you're okay? Can you do that for us, George? Can you go to the front door and let us in?
Front door's insecure. You stay talking to him.
Okay.
Door?
He's got a black cell phone in his left hand.
George, can you help them at the front door?
Hey, George, let me see both your hands. Are you all right? What's wrong? Okay, let me see both your hands. George, I'm just gonna help you. I know, I understand. I'll take care of you. Back up.
What's he got?
He's got a shotgun.
Come on out.
I didn't really look at it, but I think he's got a shotgun.
Get some cover. It wasn't his phone, was it?
No. He showed me a phone in the window. I know he has a phone for sure.
At one point, Mr. Hollins came out onto the front porch, flourishing a shotgun, but soon went back into his residence.
Thank you. This is for information. You have a K9 en route to the intersection of Mexico and Salt Lake.
The Crisis Intervention Unit was notified and provided guidance to the on-scene officers. Since no crime against a citizen had been committed, and Mr. Hollins demanded the officers to leave, they left the residence in an attempt to de-escalate the situation. The officers departed at approximately 10:35 a.m. At approximately 10:52 a.m., several 911 calls were received reporting Mr. Hollins had fired multiple gunshots from a shotgun. Ultimately, 3 homes were reported to have been struck by gunfire, and Mr. Hollins had also fired at an unidentified car driving down the street. Police officers and supervisors again responded in full uniform and marked police vehicles and set up containment positions. The Crisis Intervention Unit and Tactical Operations were requested and were responding. While on scene, officers awaited the arrival of these units. Mr. Hollins fired his shotgun twice at neighboring homes. Additionally, on multiple occasions over the next several minutes, he opened a side door of his home and threw incendiary devices, similar to a Molotov cocktail, at an adjacent home. These incendiary devices smoked for several minutes without causing major damage. However, during this period, an additional 911 call was received in which a neighbor reported that a shotgun blast from Mr. Hollins had entered their home and a resident was struck by numerous shotgun pellets. The gunshot wounds were superficial and not life-threatening. You are about to hear police radio traffic of the officer's response to the home of Mr. Hollins, as well as view body-worn camera footage up to this point in the incident.
Car 1804, 2801, and 1890, shots fired on Coleridge.
1804. Go ahead.
1804, 2801, 1890, all of Jennings units, be advised, shots fired, 2037 Coleridge Drive, 2037 Coleridge. Neighbor just shot at the reporting party's house. He said the male went back into his house and that obviously the police were just out there for him, so now he's shooting at neighbors' houses. 129.6 at 1054.
Uniform clear.
Have those responding units take containment.
Car 1890, do you want to set up like we did last time? 1801.
2890, show me a route as well. 1. Where's the suspect? Do we know?
He is back inside of his residence, but he went out and shot at another house.
Clear. I'm on scene.
That's clear on scene. Just let me know where you set up containment.
1804, I'm on scene. I'm going to be near the bottom of the street, opposite of the Jennings station.
Clear near the bottom of the street, opposite Jennings station.
1804, be advised, I just saw him on the side of the house, on the side door, holding a shotgun.
1804, advising you spotted the male on the side of the house holding a shotgun. 90, are you clear?
Clear and route.
1801, I'm at Coleridge and Jennings station. Let's otherwise told someplace else. That's clear, QS station.
2003, I'm back in the rear of the house, holding containment.
Clear in the rear. 1205, on the house of Coleridge. 1205, clear, thank you.
1890.
90, go ahead.
Have a tax supervisor give me a phone call.
Absolutely.
2803, I like the other units. The subject is standing on the side door of the house.
All cars be advised, subject is standing on side door of the house.
2803, he's showing the shotgun now.
I'm sorry, repeat.
The subject standing out with shotgun on him.
Subject is standing on the side of the house near the door with the shotgun in hand. Repeat. Clear, thank you.
Check 2803, see what side of the house he's standing on.
2803, can you advise?
He's standing on the side next to the blue house.
Clear, he's next to the blue house.
2803, he's on the west side of the house. He's walking outside right now.
Clear on the west side of the house, walking outside.
1890, have an ambulance stage at Family Dollar. All through Jennings Station.
That's clear.
1205 on scene, holding containment, Coleridge and Jennings station.
Clear, holding containment, Coleridge, Jennings station.
1, he's still on the side of the house, blue jacket, red shirt. Out shoulder length reds. Gun in his left hand.
That's gun in left hand on the side of the house.
1803, can you see if 2803 has eyes on the subject?
2803, do you have eyes on the subject?
Outside is clear. Just standing right outside the door.
Clear. Subject is standing right outside the door on the left side of the house.
1.
Go ahead.
Can you check with our caller and make sure nobody was hit?
That's there. Stand.
1, he just threw a bottle out the window. Shotgun still in the right hand.
Shotgun's in right hand. Threw a bottle out the window. Is he back inside?
And he was still standing on the porch of the side door.
That's clear. Thank you. Standing on the porch of the side door. And be advised there was no answer on callback to reporting party of the shots fired. We will attempt again in a minute.
Clear, thank you. When you look to the other unit, see what those flourishing with these shotguns.
Clear all cars. Be advised the male was just flourishing the shotgun.
1, he's back inside. Door's halfway open.
The male is back inside the residence. The door is halfway open.
1890, which officer do we have on the back side of the residence, on the 3 side?
That should be 2804 and 3.
1804, it's myself in a river unit.
1, he's out the front door now.
Male is out the front door. 90, are you clear on?
Clear, I've got eyes on him.
Clear eyes on.
1204, I'm on containment in the rear with 2803.
Oh, before that's clear.
1890, I'm clear. As long as we have eyes on the back of the residence.
That's clear. We have 3 officers in the back now.
Clear, he's standing at the front door, door open.
That's clear.
Back inside the residence.
Back inside. The station will be held without the marker for the Jennings units.
He's got the gun raised up.
Clear. Attention Jennings cars. Reference the caller of this one. Party states that there was a Ford Expedition that was possibly hit. They don't know where it drove off to. Also, the house of the reporting party was hit, but there's nobody injured that he's aware of. Car 6, David 11.
1804 is at the bathroom window.
1804 advising at the bathroom with David 11. Check your computer.
1890, advise all units.
Sorry, 90. Go ahead.
Advise all units to hold their containment and tactics and routes.
All units hold containment, tactics, and routes. Any cars on Coleridge? Do we have an update?
Back inside the house, no visual.
Clear, be advised. We've contacted 2 neighbors and advised them to stay low.
George, we just want to help you. Step out the front door, put the shotgun on the ground, and walk to the street with your arms up high. George, we're here to get you help.
Officers attempted to communicate with Mr. Hollins using a police vehicle public address system. They repeatedly encouraged him to put down his weapon and come out of the house.
George, we want to get you help. We need you to step outside, put the shotgun on the ground, walk to the street with your arms in the air. We're going to get you help.
Watch the crossfire over there.
Yeah. Male just fired off another round from inside the residence.
Hey, just be advised, I believe he shot at the house next door to him.
930 cleared.
One, advise people in that house to get low. He's shooting out the windows of the house next door to him.
Any car to advise them?
1, he's lit a fire in the side door. He's inside, but I see flames.
Clear, there's a fire lit on the side door. 90, are you clear?
90, we're clear.
All cars be advised at Coleridge stated that Coleridge got shotgun pellets to his back. He refused EMS though.
2090, that's clear. 90, you might want to let fire department know to stage up pumper as well.
That's clear, thank you.
At approximately 11:37 a.m., a St. Louis County police officer saw Mr. Hollins throw a portable incendiary device from the home. Given that one neighbor was shot and Mr. Hollins appeared to be actively attempting to ignite an adjacent residence on fire, officers began to evacuate the nearby homes. At approximately 11:40 a.m., several officers approached one of the adjacent homes to evacuate any residents and locate any victims. While officers approached and attempted to reach neighbors, another St. Louis County officer providing cover saw Mr. Hollins appear in the doorway. That officer observed Mr. Hollins holding the shotgun in a firing position in the direction of officers attempting to evacuate the adjacent home. That officer fired a single shot, striking Mr. Hollins in the chest, disabling him. Nearby officers approached Mr. Hollins to render medical aid. On their approach, the barrel of the shotgun was resting on the floor, still protruding from the doorway. Mr. Hollins died on scene. The following body-worn camera videos are of relevant footage directly related to the incident just described. Because of the officers' distance and tactical positions, there is no clear video of Mr. Hollins. You will see video and hear the audio from several St. Louis County police officers' body-worn cameras.
And 1890, be advised, they've both been advised to stay low and shelter in place.
Clear. If you're able to recontact, advise them if they can evacuate the house and move to the east, away from the suspect house.
That's clear. We'll call them back now.
It does appear he's lighting something inside the house now. I see flames. He's holding whatever it is in his hand.
Clear, man was holding something he just lit on fire.
He threw it out the side door again at the resident's house. No active fire, though, went out.
Clear through out the side door, no active fire. Standing at the side door.
Recording.
That's it.
Yeah, he's got it.
Back door has one lit.
Shots fired, one down.
Shot fired, one down. Are they fired by the police?
Here, suspect down.
Clear, shot back.
Clear. Is that for sure?
Clear, rear door. Yes, sir.
Where's he at?
Inside or outside?
Come up here. See the shotgun sticking right out the door there? Yeah. The front door? Yeah.
I can't tell.
Just hold it.
I'll keep an eye on it. Okay.
Hold all traffic.
1803, hold all traffic.
Traffic help.
Yeah. Pull the shotgun out of the door.
Any part of this?
1803, I'm coming up.
1803 tomorrow. 1804, do you still want the mail to come out there? That's there, that's there.
Here?
One type of 90, should be secure.
1890.
Have ambulance respond.
1803, have EMS respond.
Body-worn cameras.
Clear.
In total, 1 gunshot was fired by law enforcement. Mr. Hollins fired 2 gunshots while officers were present on scene. A shotgun attributed to Mr. Hollins was recovered on scene by officers. The weapon is described as a 20-gauge semi-automatic Remington sawed-off shotgun. The shotgun was located on the floor between the open door and the door frame near Mr. Hollins. Crime scene detectives located 6 fired shotgun shells, which were later forensically attributed to Mr. Hollins' shotgun located in the doorway. Further investigation revealed that Mr. Hollins attempted to create an explosion by placing numerous live shotgun shells in a microwave and turning it on. Although several of these shotgun shells exploded, the damage was minimal. The officer involved is 30 years old with 6 years law enforcement experience.